How do we transform a quadratic equation from standard to vertex form? Take note that the standard form of the quadratic equation is y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, and its vertex form is y is equal to a quantity x minus h squared plus k. These are the three steps in transforming from standard form to vertex form. First, group the terms with the variable x using a parenthesis. If x squared has a coefficient, factor it out first. Second, completing the square. Third step, factor the trinomial inside the parenthesis and simplify the last two terms. This time, let us consider some examples for us to understand better those steps. So for the first one, suppose you're going to transform y is equal to x squared plus 12x plus 40 in the form y is equal to a times quantity x minus h squared plus k. So the first step in solving is of course getting the given value. So we have y is equal to x squared plus 12x plus 40. And then let us group the variables and the constant. So for the variables, you have x squared plus 12x. Next would be completing the square. So we will get the middle term first of our variable group, and that is 12. And then divided by 2, we have 6, or the answer will then be squared. So you have 6 squared is equal to 36. Now, for that variable group to be a perfect square trinomial, we have to add 36. And since we are adding 36 in that specific expression, then we have to subtract the same value to our constant as well. So simplifying, the factored form of x squared plus 12x plus 36 is just x plus the square root of 36, which is 6 squared. And then 40 minus 36, you just subtract it down, and we have 4. Then that's it. We have the vertex form of our equation. We have y is equal to x plus 6 squared plus 4. Okay, so for our second example, suppose we're going to rewrite y is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 5 in the form y is equal to a quantity x minus h squared plus k. So we will just write the given equation first and then group the terms with the variable x. Next step would be completing the square. So we have the middle term here, which is 4. Divided by 2, we have 2. And then the next step, 2 squared, we have 4. Okay, since you're adding 4 on our variable group, we will also subtract 4 on the constant side. So we have plus 4 and minus 4. And then next, factor the perfect square trinomial. The square root of x squared is just x. Follow the sign of the middle term, so we have minus or negative. And then the square root of 4 is just 2. So we have x minus 2 squared. Plus, simplify the constants, so we have 5 minus 4 is just 1. Now for our third one, this time we're going to rewrite y is equal to 3x squared minus 18x plus 5 in the form y is equal to a times quantity x minus h squared plus k. Now, unlike the previous two examples, we have a coefficient for our x squared. So, before we are going to group the variables or the terms with the variable x, we will factor out the coefficient, which is 3 first. So we have 3 quantity x squared minus 18 divided by 3 is just 6. So we have 6x here. And then copy plus 5. So now we're done with factoring out the coefficient. The next step would be getting the number that would make our expression a perfect square trinomial. So we have the middle term, which is 6. Then we will divide this one by 2. So 6 divided by 2 is just 3. And then square the answer. So we have 3 squared is just 9. So we're going to add 9 inside the parenthesis or the quantity. Now, this time, since our quantity is being multiplied to 3, then the number that we will subtract with a constant is 3 times 9, and that is 27. Simplifying it further, we have 3, and then the factor of x squared minus 6x plus 9 is just the square root of x squared, which is x, minus the square root of 9, which is 3. Then squared. 5 minus 27 is negative 22 or minus 22. Now we have this as our vertex form of the equation of our parabola.